This versus debate is rated B for blurred. Grab your swords, drones, and comic books because we're about to get black and nerdy. You have been warned.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to Versus Tuesday, brought to you by the Blurred Mob. I'm your host, Phoop, joined by my two co-hosts, Ryun and Ralph. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other streaming service, make sure you hit that follow button so you can get updates from the mob.
And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those bell notifications for future uploads.
All right. So today's Versus Tuesday is what movie is the best Pixar movie? Out of all the Pixar movies, which is the best? So if this is your first time listening to Versus Tuesday, let me go over the rules. Each member of the mob, me, Ryan, and Ralph, will have 60 seconds to plead our case and choose our point. After the 60 seconds are done, we're going to go into our 10-minute rebuttal period where we'll go back and forth, defend our point, argue each other's point, do all that good stuff. Once the 10 minutes are over, the debate is done, and we will leave it up to you guys to decide who takes this Versus Tuesday. So the funniest thing about all of this is that the timer is over there. So let me just...
Oh my gosh. Slacking.
It's right here. I got it right here.
Right here.
Oh, you know what? We wore our Hunter x Hunter shirts on the same day, Phoop.
Yeah, we did. So I'm ready now. I'm ready. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I'm ready. I'm here. So we're going to start with Ryan. 60 seconds on the clock. Hold on, let me click it again.
Let me get my notes because I got them ready.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Let me tell y'all something, bro. There was only two movies that I was that could have been my top pick, and I had to go with The Incredibles. I'm sorry, the action scene, the CGIs. The Incredibles came out in what, 2004, and I can still watch it today like a modern animated film. Now that's more glory to Pixar. It was a great story, superhero family. Folks are coming after him. Mrs. Incredible looked incredible. That is the can't nobody come at me in terms of an animated wifey. It will always be Miss Incredible. And I got some stats. I went to Rotten Tomatoes and they had the tomato meter. All Pixar movies rated from 1 through 10 based off their scores. Toy Story 2, Toy Story, Finding Nemo, Inside Out, Toy Story 3. Up at number 6, Toy Story 4 at number 7, Coco at number 8, The Incredibles at number 9.
You done?
There we go.
You done?
There we go.
All right now. So Ryan chose The Incredibles. You ready, Ralph?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
The best Pixar movie I have to go with, and probably the most realistic, would have to be Inside Out. Mainly because we're taking a child's point of view and turning it into, hey, we're going to have X, Y, Z emotions, and we're going to have to say, you know, we have a story based on how they're going to feel. We have this kid that's growing up, that's 11 years old, Midwestern girl, that turns out to be upside down when she has her parents move to San Francisco, California, where she has no friends, no family, no nothing. She has to figure out everything by herself. So she's going off joy this entire time before she moves, but then she moves, everything starts to tell you have fear taking over. You have all these other different emotions that's taking over, and joy is just trying to keep her up, but it doesn't work. So it really brings that real life aspect into play, and it really feeds on how life is going to be for kids in actuality. It's more of like it's not really a kid's movie to me. You can apply that to real life nowadays anyway.
Okay. That was an interesting one.
I ain't never watched.
I seen it.
You need to watch Inside Out.
We save it for the rebuttal. We're going to save it for the rebuttal. All right. So Ralph picked Inside Out. So it's my go. 3,
Do I know
2,
Porsche's?
1. Y'all already know how this finna go down. The Incredibles is the best Pixar movie for one scene and one scene only. Honey, where is my super suit? That is known. Samuel L. Jackson in a children's movie? Sam Jackson. Edna mode. I ain't even gotta really come on, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it's the first Pixar movie to include humans. It's the first Pixar film to take on superheroes. There's a whole roller coaster theme after the second one.
Yeah.
And it's just a top tier movie overall. The Incredibles was nominated for an Oscar. Because that's the movie one, right?
Yeah.
The Incredibles got nominated for an Oscar, but even besides that, top tier movie. Why do you need to know? So it looks like it is Phoop and Ryun against Ralph.
Versus Ralph.
We ain't had two folks line up like this in a minute.
For real though.
It's been a minute.
The last time that happened, that was Mario Kart.
Yeah.
No.
No.
The last time that happened was the network. Because you and Ralph chose Cartoon Network and I switched it up.
Oh yeah. No, you had chose Cartoon Network too. Really, all three of us picked it, but you wanted to change it up.
But to make the verses interesting, I changed. So we're about to go into the 10-minute rebuttal period just to go over this again. Me and Ryan chose The Incredibles and Ralph chose Inside Out. 10 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1. I will give you Inside Out for the fact that it's the most realistic.
Yeah.
Because Inside Out did do an interesting take on, like, child emotions.
It did. And that's why I enjoyed it so much.
But would I call it the best? I don't know. I watched it. But as far as, like, new gen Pixar movies, I enjoyed Big Hero 6 more than I did Inside Out.
I gotta ask. When you for this versus Ralph, did you pick it because it is like your all-time favorite Pixar movie? Like if you had to sit down and watch a Pixar movie, like it's movie night, is that what you're going to pick?
Yeah, I would sit down and watch that.
Inside Out was depressing though. What they did, the Bing Bong. That's what you want to watch on family movie night.
Like even my second choice. My second choice would be Monster Inc.
Ralph, the baby. By the middle of the movie, the baby was depressed.
Ryan said, if I were to sit down, not family night, if I was to sit down and watch a movie, that's different. Family night, I'm watching Incredibles and Big Hero 6. Me watching a movie just to, reflect on a good movie that's technically supposed to be child-based, but it's really not child-based when you actually think about it and review it.
Let's just put this out here. No Disney movie is child-based. None.
Yeah.
No Pixar movie is child-based. There is a mass murder at the beginning of Finding Nemo.
There are so many deaths in Disney movies. Like a family member someone killed their brother in Lion King. Like, let's just be real.
The Incredibles even had dark stuff. They were annihilating superheroes. That's the reason.
Oh, dude got chopped up in a plane propeller.
When they was talking about the no capes. So
yeah.
But I did like Inside Out. I just don't think it's the best. I think it's good. I don't think it's the best. I think if I want to go my big 3 Pixar movies, The Incredibles,
Monster Inc.
Monsters Inc. Now, if we want to go second tier, Monsters Inc. Inc.
There we go.
Third, and I have to pick A Bug's Life, the OG Pixar movie, Bug's Life.
This will make y'all mad. I agree. Cars. I enjoy Cars.
Cars? I guess. I guess if we want to go like mid gen, after Monsters Inc. and all of them happened, if we wanted to go to the next generation, I'll give you Cars.
And the video game on GameCube was fire.
I'll give you Cars. It was the Cars game was just NASCAR for kids.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm like out of this discussion, bro. Like when I sat here and I was like Pixar movies, the only two I could pick was Incredibles and Monsters Inc. But I had to sit there. I said, if I was to rewatch one of them, if I was to rewatch the sequel, which one would I still enjoy just as much, if not more than last time?
Incredibles. But okay, let's do this. Let's do this because I did my top 3. I want to hear your top 3, Ralph. If Inside Out is your number 1, what's your number 2 and number 3?
My number 2 would have to be Incredibles. Yeah, my number 2 would have to be Incredibles. And my number 3...
Like
a movie that I can just go back. No, I'm trying to see. A movie that I can just go back and watch. It'll have to be Cars or either Cars 2.
There we go.
They was killing. Cars 2 is very dark. They was feeding them cars bad oil and they was blowing up.
All Disney movies are dark.
Chaos.
All of them are dark.
I like the chaos.
But here's my counter question. Here's my counter question. Give me one moment in Inside Out that was like, hell yeah, this is better than The Incredibles. This is the best shit I've ever seen.
Honestly,
Super Suited won it for Incredibles, no lie.
Honestly,
nothing beats
I would
Super
have
Suit.
to say...
If you say it's them killing Bing Bong, we gonna have to stop the verses, right?
No. I would say the unity that the emotions had to overcome to, be one, because Joy was like the dictator pretty much in the movie. And we saw her downfall as the child, moved to San Francisco. So seeing that, we had to see that rebuild of Joy, being with sadness and also the other characters taking over Riley's body to, control her emotions. Because you got madness, you got anger, you got fear, and you got disgust controlling this girl while Joy and sadness are trying to lead her back to where she needs to be.
So basically, the complexity of the movie is what.
And also to go back, Ryan did say that Inside Out was number 4 on that list.
It was. That's why I didn't watch it, and I was like, okay, Ralph picked something in the top 10 on. Yeah,
I didn't know it was top 10. I did not know it was top 10
on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, this based off the tomato meter. It's up there.
Against what audience though? Because if it's everybody's Ralph's age watching Inside Out, where the children at? Where the children?
well, you know what? I want to know
number
this.
1? What Pixar movie was number 1?
Toy Story.
One of the Toy Stories.
I'll give them
Toy Story 2.
1?
Toy Story 2, then Toy Story, then Finding Nemo. Inside Out is number 4.
Toy Story would be it. Toy Story 2 would be in my top 5. It would.
I ain't gonna lie.
I actually was not that into Toy Story.
Movies have a dark moment.
Toy Story is just creepy anyway. It's number 1. Sid. I never wanted to watch Toy Story again because of Sid. Like, he was mutilating them toys. Like, what?
My mom will spit out
while I'm drinking my water.
then they shifted. Then Toy Story shifted like the whole vibe. Like we just thinking like the toys talk like to each other, and then when the humans come, we play dead because the humans. Man, when Woody started talking to Sid at the end of that movie, I said, "Whoa, this some scary shit."
Like, imagine one of your toys just coming up to you and talking to you when you were young.
And I kick it. That's Toy Soldiers. That's that. What's that movie when the soldiers try to kill the kids?
Mm-hmm.
That's that. Yeah, Toy Story is one step away from becoming that.
Yeah.
If my Funko Pops came to life, I'll say battle to the death. Let's see which one of y'all the strongest.
That's crazy.
You gonna die.
I'd
You
be like, I
got
want to
too
see all of
many.
y'all fight.
I don't know. I had
They
to
gonna-
pick. I had to pick The Incredibles because as far as like, because like The Incredibles, Cars, and it was another Pixar. It's another Pixar movie that released in like that same area, and Incredibles was so good that I got the DVD that have the bonus disc. You remember when they used to sell the bonus disc with the DVD?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even the Jack scene was iconic. Like, I remember for years, people were just begging for an Incredibles 2. And they always like, oh, it's going to be a sequel with Jack and everything, like, for years.
Yeah. Like, it...
And
didn't they make a short for Jack?
It was a short at the beginning of... No, it wasn't.
No, it was,
they made it
was
after.
at the end of Incredibles 1.
Yeah.
At the end of Incredibles 1, there was a little short
with
for
the
Jack.
With the babysitter, when you find out what Jack was doing with the babysitter.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Like,
come on.
Even as a blurred, Incredibles holds an iconic view in the eyes of Black culture. Like, that Samuel L. Jackson scene,
that's what I'm saying.
Is still a meme.
That's what I'm saying.
That is still a modern day meme.
What Pixar movie do you know has Sam Jackson in it? What scene from a Pixar movie do you know that people are still reciting to this day?
Till this day. They'll know where it's from. They're going to know who it is. Like Incredibles is one of the most iconic. Like, not taking anything away from Toy Story and them other movies, Incredibles is one of the most iconic.
It went in. I would say this: Toy Story and Monsters Inc. was holding Pixar up. Bugs Life is OG Pixar, but when Toy Story and Monsters Inc. came out, yeah, and then they jumped to the Incredibles, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that.
Pixar was that dude.
Inside Out was good. I just can't give it the best. I can't give it that title. I can't. Nothing against Joy and Riley and Anger and all them. I just can't do it.
Ralph shook it up though. He always shakes these verses up for me.
I appreciate Ralph for picking. Yeah, you gotta go watch Inside Out. Like, I appreciate Ralph picking it because of the complexity of the movie, because it did shake the table. It did shake the table. But the 10 minutes are done. The debate is over. And you know what that means, guys? We're going to leave it up to you to let us know who takes this versus Tuesday. But just to recap, Phoop chose The Incredibles, Ryun chose The Incredibles, and Ralph chose Inside Out. So with that being said, go ahead and lead us out, Ralph.
All right. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at The Blurred Mob Pod. Make sure you guys follow us on TikTok and Facebook at The Blurred Mob Podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter at The Blurred Mob. And with that being said, peace.